Hey, and thank you for clicking play. I'm gonna do a video I've been waiting to do for a while today. And what it is about is a game that I told you I got, but by the time you watch this, I'd have given this game to the person I bought it for. Now, as you know, I like to recollect the games that I owned. And for me, I don't necessarily review the game or tell you about the game. I tell you about my memories with the game. I never owned this game, so why am I bothering with this particular game? Because it is a game I have very fond memories of playing, even though I never owned it. My mate Steve, who I know watches my videos and comments in the channel, so he's a good friend of mine from back in our childhood days. So Steve, thank you so much for watching. This is a game we played together. The person I bought it for is here in Perth, so I'd have given it to him by now, a guy called Matt, Matt W we'll call him. And he's one of the administrators on the Perth Amiga users group and is primarily responsible for organising the wonderful Perth Amiga users group meets that we have and hold. And he takes that all on himself predominantly. So it's sort of not just a thank you to him, but and a Christmas gift to him, but he shared that he had some nostalgia towards this game. He didn't buy the copy that came up locally. I left it for a good few weeks. I picked it up and I thought, well, I'll do a quick video on it, relive the memories, and then I'll pass it on to him because I know he has personal memories attached to it. So let's get into it. So the game, and Steve, you'll be going, I know what game this is. RVF. So let's have a good look at the box. Before we get into it, in a minute we'll see what's inside the box, and then we'll play the game. But my mate Steve, who was heavily into motorbikes, and like I say, he watches this channel, myself and Steve used to play this via Link Up. There were 3 games, weren't there, Steve, that predominantly we played against each other on our Amigas. There was this, there was F-16 Combat Pilot, which I absolutely loved, and there was Stunt Car Racer, which was probably the one we had the most success with. It was always a bit hit and miss, and we'll get into why I think it was hit and miss on this, looking at it now. We always struggled to get this working, and we were always sharing one disc, so you had to sort of pass the disc between you to get it to work, because we didn't have 2 copies. We even, I recall we even rang them or something, didn't we, Steve? And they said, oh no, that should work fine. But we seemed to run into trouble, and if we did get it working, we'd just play it for ages. But even single player, this is, and I'm not really into motorbike games, but this is a really good, fast, fun game. So let's swing the camera around, we'll have a look at what's inside the box, and then we'll have a look at some gameplay. The Amiga is clicking behind me, ready to go, so let's get into it. Okay, so RVF, here it is. This is a copy I picked up locally, front of the box. Nice, good condition. Same guy I got most of my other games off locally. Back of the box. I need to use lighting. Look at my shadows. Back of the box. Screenshots. There we go. Let's have a look at what's inside, because this is quite important. Okay. First and foremost, the manual. So there we go. Good manual for those that are interested. It has 63, let's call it 64 pages of manual there, all in English apparently. Look at this, about cornering and all that. This is what I loved back in the days, the detail of information. So good manual. Let's put that there. Let's put the front of the box there. Okay, and now this is why I'm interested as to what's in the box, because look what we've got here. Now this answers a question. Let me just bring that in a little bit. This answers a question that have been rattling around in my brain. I used to make my own null modem cables. Where did I get the knowledge from? Well, I knew it was from a friend called Daryl, but also it would have been from things like this. In games that had link up, generally they would include the information about how to make your own cable. So this is the pinout. Now, and I know Steve will remember this, we had issues connecting up a lot of the time with this game, whereas other games would work. This game dictates that you should have pretty much every pin connected on a 25 pin connector. The odd thing is you can have a 9 pin null modem cable work absolutely fine. So often when you do a 25 pin, you wouldn't actually solder every single wire across. And I think that's probably what we did. So when I build my next cable, I'm going to be, to link up Amigas, I'm going to be keeping this in mind, but I am aware that there are some schematics that bridge a couple of these to fool the computers into thinking those are complete. I don't remember making those bridge solders back in the day. I don't think we did. So that was probably where our problems lie. We weren't actually doing a full 25 pin connection, and maybe this game tries to send data across some of those other pins. I don't know. But that's interesting. To answer the question, where did we get the information from? Well, it was included in the box. That's nice to have. We have an unmolested registration card. So that's nice to have as well. And of course we have the disc. Fantastic. Have I tested this one yet? Can't remember. This could be a really short video. I'll include that because I think it's important to include when things don't go right. Nothing under the tray, always worth checking. Places any surprises under the tray. So there we go. So let us put all that back together. We'll keep the disc out. I think we'll keep the manual out because I can't remember if it has copy protection. So we'll keep the manual out, we'll keep the disc out. We'll put that back in the box and let's fire it up. Okay, let's do this. I can't remember if I've tested this, as I said. So let's put this in here. I've not used the Amiga in ages, I have to confess. This is actually the joystick from the Atari Flashback, by the way. So I'll talk a bit as I play while I'm choosing to use it. I'll tell you now while it's loading. It's just a nice, reliable joystick. I don't know how long it will last, being from a Flashback. So it's from the Flashback 8 or 9. Which one did I get? The 9, but not the gold. The 9, yeah. And it uses a standard 9-pin D. Look, the original joystick... Oh, shut up. Sounds like sampled music. Off we go, Steve. Off we go. I hope we go. I don't know how we go. I pressed space. That seemed to work. There was no clear indication what to do there. Yeah, look, using original joysticks is all well and good, but I need to possibly take this apart and clean the contacts. I do find it's a bit hit and miss. And it was actually when I was playing Hybris, after I did my video on Hybris, my pirated version of Hybris, that I started playing it with this, and it was just chalk and cheese. Just so reliable, so responsive. So yeah, it's just a reproduction Atari joystick. Zipstick would be my weapon of choice, but I haven't got hold of one yet. That's what I liked back in the day. Right, yes. Menu design really wasn't a thing back then, was it? And, okay. Question 1. Okay, so we do have to find this track in the manual and enter the length in kilometers. Right. Are you a bot? Find this track in the manual and enter the length in kilometers. So this would have been one to fairly easily photocopy the copy protection, really, if you were that way inclined. It's nice to have the original. Here we go. So, no, it's not that track. Are you a bot? Yes, clearly. I can't recognise shapes. Oh. It's the one track that doesn't appear to be in my manual. Let's start again. Maybe I flick... Oh, come on! Hi, and welcome to 005 AGIMA's video on how to flick through a computer game manual. Are you bored yet? Is this interesting? Is this good? We will get into the game. Hopefully. Ah, there it is. There it is. Looks a bit like Monza. Okay, circuit length. In kilometers, okay, 4.24. I have a working numeric keypad. Oh, it puts the point in for me. 4.24. Enter. Passed. I passed. Awesome. My name is Ed Hickman. Nope. Or I have to type something in. What do I do here? I don't know. My name is Ed Hickman. Yep, we'll do that. Riders history. Do I want to do that? I just want to start. Okay, let's just start the season. Let's just go straight to race. What do you think? Like I said, myself and Steve, RS232 cable, when we could get it working. That's the most fun we had. But let's play this. What's accelerate? Who knows? Fire is change gear. I love the speed on this game. Steve, is this bringing back memories? Whoa, whoa, whoa. My bad riding is probably bringing back memories. So Steve, I'll talk a minute. What did you have first, Steve? It was like a Yamaha 125. I remember going on the back of that. And then you got that, was it a CBR 600 or 650? And that's the one we crashed into the back of the car my brother was driving. And I went over your head and got up off the road with the car antenna in my hand. I remember that. We're talking real life here, guys. But yeah, that was not a good evening coming back from Fantasies. Oh, you have to get back on your bike. Coming back from Fantasies swimming centre. Good times, mate. We survived. You and me, not a scratch. Ripped my brother's chinos that I borrowed. Other than that. Right, here we go. I'm rubbish at these games. And I've been drinking. This is such a nice, fast game. And you know what? Playing this, because me and Steve used to go out on our mountain bikes, didn't we, mate? And we'd go down the back roads, and we'd hack it up as well on push bikes. And after we'd played this, if we then went instantly out on our mountain bikes, we'd just be going as fast as we could through the tunnels of trees in the back roads in Kent. And just a wonderful feeling of speed, even on a push bike, down hills. And this would be in my mind. This game would actually be in my mind, and trying to get as close an experience to being in this game as we could on a push bike. Good times. Great times, mate, great times. Oh, there's that little kink. See this, what's the Sega MotoGP or whatever it is? Not a fan, to be honest, of the whole tilting horizon and all of that. Did that tilt the horizon? Maybe I'm thinking of another game. Oh, come on. Can you pull a mono on this? I don't remember. I'm doing so bad. This is good fun though. This is great fun, man. Steve, I'm sorry you sold all your Amiga stuff, and I'm sorry if watching these videos makes you think, damn it, I shouldn't have sold it. But I believe you made good on it, and selling your trade. Me and Steve, we were into all sorts, weren't we? So we're into Spectrum. Steve had a +2, I had a +3. Then we got into the Amigas. And then whilst being into Amigas, for some bizarre reason, we both got into model railways as well, which is not the cool thing to be in, but we loved it. And the funny thing about our model railway time was we'd be up in the loft playing model railways, setting up model railways, whilst listening to acid house music. Tell me any other model railway enthusiast that listened to acid house whilst setting up your Intercity 125. Or your TGV, you got a TGV, didn't you, Steve? Oh, mate, good times, good times. This channel's gonna morph into all sorts of things. as I rediscover some of my passions of the past. My dad's got my Intercity 125 down from the loft, but it's not working at the moment. So I bought him a Flying Scotsman for Christmas. He's in England, obviously. I'm in Australia, so I just eBayed it. Mate, this is good. Talking about everything but the game, but look, that's what you get from me. It's the memories, the personal memories attached to this. It's all about my mate Steve, to be honest. And the stuff, the times we had together. Street hockey, skateboarding, mountain biking, BMXing, all of it. Fantastic times. Something like this, something like as simple as this box, this computer, I've said it before, it's not about the equipment, it's not about the game, it's not about any of that. What it's about is the memories that these things unlock. And I know some of them are a bit personal. Nobody else is going to appreciate the story of me and Steve, but I do. And that's what I'm here for. And learning how to change down a gear. But this is good fun. What a fantastic game. All right, let's talk about the game so it's not just about me and my mate Steve. But let's talk about just the speed of this is nice, the frame rate's good. See, these days it would be all about running the FPS in the corner and all of that bollocks and watching your CPU temperature. What's all that about? Numbers tell you nothing. It's like driving a car. Reading the manual doesn't tell you how good it feels, how good that kick in the pants is when you accelerate off the line. Just play it. Is it good fun to play? Yes, it is. Oh, come on, get on the bike. Even if I'm crap at it, it's still good fun to play. Through those corners. We're on lap 5. I don't know how many. There we go. That's the end of the race. Look, I'm crap at this, but I'm going to give it a bit of a play. And after that, because that's the end of the race, I believe. Yeah, it's the end of the race. And I did terrible. I came last. Steve, first and foremost, thank you so much for the good memories, mate. We had good times. We had good times. Yeah, fantastic. From here, I'm going to have a bit of a cheeky play, even though I bought this for somebody else, just to relive some memories. Off camera, I'm going to have a bit of a cheeky play, just get into it. And then this is getting wrapped up for Matt. So Matt, if you watch this, I just want to thank you as well for the effort that you put in to the Perth Amiga users group, organising the meets, finding the venues, making sure everybody does the right thing by social distancing, all of that in these weird times as well. Really appreciate your effort. So happy Christmas. This is for you. You'll have received this by the time you watch this video, if you do. All right. Thanks, guys. Again, happy Christmas. And yeah, all the best to everyone. Good times. I'm going to keep playing this just for a little bit. All right. Cheers, guys. Thanks. It works, Matt. It works. All right. It works. Thank you.